crosses the 25 and gets close to the 30-yard line. A 22-yard return. Colston Loveland with the tackle. Let's take a look at the current Big Ten standings sponsored by Discover.
Well, we know what this game is all about here, 11-0 and 11-0. In the West, because of that loss for Iowa yesterday to Nebraska, that means the battle for the Old Oaken Bucket, Purdue and Indiana. If Purdue wins that, Gus, then Purdue will go to Indianapolis and face the winner of this game in the Big Ten Championship. And don't forget to tune in to the Big Ten Championship game presented by Discover December 3rd on Fox.
First down and 10 at the 28. Second series for Ohio State. Stroud out wide. He has his man Abuka. Cuts it back. Picks up a first and more and a flag. Somebody grabbed his face mask. May have been Junior Colson. It's a 17-yard gain and the penalty coming up.
I think it was Colson. You're exactly right, as he was flying out to the outside.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 25. We'll add 15 yards to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Seems like Ohio State's strategy early is to make Michigan play out wide in space.
That's right, and they were trying to take the game away from that front seven and get their athletes going. Really, this game can come down to styles. Michigan wants to play a very specific style of football game, a suffocating, run-oriented game. They were able to do that a year ago. Ohio State wants to play a wide-open, fast style of game, and right now, the terms of the game are being dictated by the Buckeyes.
17-yard gain, 15-yard penalty from the 40 now. They'll run it. Williams to the near side, tackled at the 30. Mike Sainra still got him, but it's a gain of 9. Michigan with no answers offensively. Well, defensively, rather, for this Ohio State offense. They're running it and throwing it.
Yeah, and this is the place on the field, in particular when they're running the ball well, where Ryan Day loves to give those token little fakes and then try to get somebody loose in the back end of the defense.
Second down and short. They need 2. Play fake. Stroud looking. And it's Fleming with the catch. Another first down in front of DJ Turner. That's a 6-yard pickup.
When this offense gets to play with a little pace, a little tempo, and on the edge, it helps their run game get going. That obviously helps their play action pass, and it also does another thing. It slows down the pass rush. Watch how clean the pocket is right now for C.J. Stroud. He's just sitting in there and being able to survey the entire field, make his decision, and then throw the ball accurately.
So far, Stroud, 7 of 8, 63 yards and a touchdown with a long of 19. First down and 10 of the 25. Another play action fake. Looking for a screen. Stroud now dances outside the pocket. Striding. Decides to run it and goes out of bounds at the 20.
Well, you're wondering why didn't he try to throw that ball downfield or even downfield away out of bounds? It's because they were setting up a screen. He had linemen downfield, Gus. He couldn't also throw the ball past the line of scrimmage. That's a smart play, and he gained a few yards right there and was able to get out of bounds.
What makes C.J. Stroud such a great player?
Well, it starts with what I just said. He makes really good decisions. He's a very intelligent player. He's got great feet in the pocket, and he's fundamentally sound when he throws the ball because he anticipates windows, and he's hyper accurate. When you put all that together with a great core of wide receivers, then you get one of the best players in America.
2nd and 5. Here's the run game. Williams tumbling. Michael Barrett grabs him after a 3-yard pickup.
Well, these 3rd and shorts become so huge. Jim Harbaugh knows it. Ryan Day knows it. Buckeyes this year have not been as good converting in short yardage 3rd down situations in the run game. Previous years, they've been outstanding. This year, they're 100th or worth 105th in college football in short yard, 3rd down, short yardage situation running the ball. So we'll see what they go with here.
Ohio State, 2nd scoring offense in the nation. 8th total offense. And it's Williams. First down, Buckeyes.
Well, how about Donovan Jackson and Paris Johnson? You need to get some movement. Watch this double team out on the left side. They get the movement necessary, and that's where Mayan Williams puts his head down and finds that yard that he needs, and he ultimately gets the line to gain with that little spin, and he's able to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 15. Stroud. Johnson looking for running room this time. Michigan ready. Maybe a yard on the play. Harrell, Michael Barrett, Makari Page combining on the tackle.
Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator for Michigan, he was talking to me this week about 4-point plays. Defensively in the red zone, can you come up with the play that forces Ohio State to settle for a field goal? He says he's been holding coverages, holding blitzes to show something to C.J. Stroud that he's never seen.
Ohio State 60. Rushing already. They only rushed for 64 yards in last year's game. 2nd and 9 at the 14. Williams crunching forward. No gain on the play. Mason Graham plugging up the hole.
And this is one of those times. This is a time on the Michigan side for Jesse Minter to give one of those 4-point play calls, something that this team hasn't seen. And look at Ohio State up at the line of scrimmage, quickly snapping the ball.
3rd down and 9. Stroud looking with time. Incomplete. So the Michigan defense will hold Emeka Egbuka, the intended receiver. And the Buckeyes send out the field goal unit.
Well, that was interesting strategy because Ryan Day tried to quickly get to the line of scrimmage so that Michigan couldn't get into one of those specialty calls. But his quarterback receiver missed there. Little tangle up with the legs. He goes down, and now they'll settle for that field goal.
Noah Ruggles 3 for 3 with a long of 47 against Maryland last week. This one from 32 yards away. Got it up and good. 10-3. Ohio State. 1:19 to play. First quarter in the game from Columbus. Back after this.
Up next, will you outlive your savings?
You don't have to wait until retirement to start enjoying your second act. With protected lifetime income from Pacific Life, imagine your future with confidence. For more than 150 years, we've kept our promise to financially protect and provide, so you can look forward to leading a whole different type of team. Talk to a financial professional about life insurance and retirement solutions with Pacific Life.
For centuries, the Black Panther has unified Wakanda. Show them who you are.
Rated PG-13.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our trouble will be out of sight.
Unlike the other guys, T-Mobile has Price Lock. Switch now and we won't raise the price of your talk, text, and data.
At Domino's, next time you order 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, you could be in for a shock. Because Domino's is now delivering pizza with new electric vehicles across the country. With over 100 EVs on the road today and hundreds more to come. It's good for pizza delivery and better for the planet.
You're good. I'm great.
Introducing Discover Online Privacy Protection. We'll help remove your personal data from 10 popular people search websites. Because the thing about your personal information is that it should stay private. Online Privacy Protection. Free from Discover.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, road tested and game ready. Goodyear, more driven. 10-3, Ohio State. Second-ranked team in the nation taking on the third-ranked team in the nation. Buckeyes will send it away. Fielding. Roman Wilson back deep for Michigan. J.J. McCarthy ready to come off for the second time. Michigan moved the ball on their first series. And Wilson with the fair catch. Coming up next on Fox, it's two huge Big 12 matchups. First, Iowa State takes on fourth-ranked TCU as they look to stay in the hunt for the college football playoffs. Then at 8 Eastern, Kansas takes on 12th-ranked Kansas State. It all continues next on Fox.
Kansas State team, if they can beat Kansas, then they would go to the Big 12 title game and face that TCU team. There's Blake Corum on the sideline, and that Michigan team relied on the pass on their first possession. 7 throws to only 2 rushes. We'll see if they go back to that run game. Remember, that's their DNA. That's what Jim Harbaugh wants to do. We'll see if they go back to it.
C.J. Stokes in the game and running back for Michigan. 1st and 10 of the 25. They give it to Stokes looking for a hole. He tumbles, picks up 2 yards. Ty Hamilton with the ankle tackle. Let's go downstairs to Mr. Rinaldi.
Well, had the opportunity to speak to James Corum, Blake's father, last night. He said he knew that Blake would want to play in this game and would. Checked with doctors within the program and beyond and was assured that he would not suffer any additional injury if he was able to go. But the worry about that explosion, that lateral movement, we could see the frustration on Blake Corum. We'll see how much he's able to get into this game, guys. You know no one wants to be in this game more than he does.
2nd down and 8. Michigan running it again with C.J. Stokes. Blake Corum with the heart of a lion and a heart of gold as well. Tommy Eichenberg with the tackle. 3-yard gain. Michigan facing a 3rd down and 5 now.
Already their big third down. And J.J. is going to be asked to make another play. The first 2 that they were able to convert, he was able to scramble, get outside the pocket, and may not have to snap it here with 10 on the game clock.
3rd down and 5. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Ohio State leading Michigan here at the shoe at the end of 1. Back for the start of the second in a moment.
Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, except for this mouse. Decorations were hung with meticulous care. That is until I gave this lady a scare. A holiday lesson we all could learn. Protect your home with Allstate, or your wallet could get burned. Carl! And to all a good night.
On a patronizing Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
That's called an off tackle. That's where the running back runs.
I know what it is. Did you just fansplain me?
I'm sorry. I was out of bounds. That's where a player steps back.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
At Honda, we know you have to drive through the mud if you want to reach the rainbow. Brave the desert before you find the oasis. Conquer the mountain to see how far your dreams can take you. The all-new CR-V and CR-V Hybrid, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
That is definitely him.
Dude, that's just a guy taking a little break with a peppermint frosty.
I gotta ask him. Hello.
Hi.
Mind if I sit? Okay.
When it's Frosty time, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new Peppermint Frosty.
Chiefs, Rams.
What makes great matchups? Great coaching, great quarterbacks, and great setting. This checks all 3 of those boxes.
There's so much action in this game.
I haven't even mentioned Patrick Mahomes. Hello?
He's must-watch TV every single week.
The NFL, Sunday on Fox, home of Super Bowl 57.
I don't care how rich or famous they are, they will play by our rules.
Is facing all of my worst fears here. I just want to feel like I'm just like worth something.
Everything you've got now! I've never worked harder in my life.
Take the pain!
Tuesday on Fox.
Wow!
It's win or go home for the Stars and Stripes in a crucial World Cup clash.
And he just rifles this home.
Christian Pulisic leads the U.S. Young Guns
Magnificent!
as they try to keep their World Cup dreams alive in a must-win showdown against Iran. USA, Iran. Coverage begins Tuesday at 1 Eastern live on Fox and the Fox Sports app. And catch up on any match for free on Tubi.
Big News Saturday is sponsored by AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. Commissioner Kevin Warren in attendance. He's been a traveling man as well in Iowa City last night for the Nebraska-Iowa game, and here for Ohio State, Michigan today. 3rd and 5 of the 30 for the Wolverines. Donovan Edwards checks back in at running back. J.J. McCarthy looking underneath, incomplete. That one thrown high for Ronnie Bell. He couldn't hold it in, and the Wolverines will have to send it away.
Well, Ronnie Bell is the target that they want to get the ball to. And McCarthy, when he does struggle, he does miss high. Ronnie's got the cushion. He's wide open. That ball's got to be down on his frame. And McCarthy can get going a little bit. Gus, remember, he's just a young player, a young man, only 19 years old. And sometimes the adrenaline gets the best of him, and he can miss high on those passes where he's trying to drive it out, in particular, outside the numbers.
Brad Robbins will punt it away from the 16. Emeka Egbuka standing at the 25. High spiraling kick. Egbuka to the sideline. And it's caught at the 30. 40-yard punt.
Well, Pacific Life game summary sponsored by Pacific Life, creating financial security for more than 150 years. And so far, it's been the Buckeyes' ability to be balanced and move the ball down the field on each of their possessions. Now, they had to settle for that field goal in their last possession, but what they're doing is playing the game on their terms, their style, whereas Michigan has not been able to get that ground game going. They've been in third and obvious passing situations on offense, and that is certainly not conducive to the way they want to play this game or the way that they succeed in any game, really.
1st and 10 of the 30. Stroud checks it down. Stover, the tight end, and he's upended at the 35. This time by Will Johnson. 6-yard gain.
And again, Gus, on the perimeter, you can tell that the entire game plan for Ohio State is get that ball on the perimeter as quickly as they can.
135 yards in total offense so far for the Buckeyes. Mayan Williams spinning, trying to get that first down. Looks like he has it.
Once they can get the ball on the perimeter, what they can do is they can get into their quick tempo, and that's when they run the ball they're most successful. And they're just stagnant and trying to run it into the middle of the line. They're not great running the ball, but when they've got that tempo, it's pretty good.
Stroud sprinting out, avoiding Michigan defenders, hits Fleming on the sideline for a 7-yard gain. C.J. Stroud, so clever, this young man, from Rancho Cucamonga, California. 2nd and 3. Near side, they swing it out again. Egbuka with a lane. Emeka Egbuka breaks it inside Michigan territory for a gain of 11. Makari Page with the tackle.
And Rod Moore, number 19, watch him overrun the play. Number 19, he's trying to get outside. Sainristil still is taking on the block of Stover, and Moore just outran the play.
1st down at the 42. Stroud all day to throw the ball. Stroud now delivers to the sideline, and this will be Stover, and he'll lose 3 yards on the play. Rod Moore with the tackle.
Excellent coverage down the field, but that protection, boy, this is not what we saw last year. When we did this game a year ago, Gus, Stroud was under pressure the entire day from those guys like Aiden Hutchinson and David Ajabo.
2nd and 13 at the 45.
If he's got time, he will shred you. He's too clever, he's too smart, he's too accurate.
They'll hand it off to Williams. Stretch play. Williams with a hole. And he's clipped and taken down at the 40 by Mike Sainristil. Still positive yardage, this time 8.
This is a big play here on a 3rd down. This Michigan defense a bit on their heels, but a chance to get off the field on a 3rd down.
3rd down and 5. Williams the pistol back. Ohio State playing fast here in the first half.
And right now Ryan Day sees that Michigan's in man coverage. You got man coverage in number 18 out there. Watch out.
Marvin Harrison Jr. Here's the handoff, looking for 5, and they won't get it. They get 3. Mason Graham keeps them from getting to the first down marker. Now Ohio State with a decision to make on 4th down and 2.
Yeah, I think the decision was made before 3rd down. That's why they ran the ball on that 3rd down. Make it a shorter try here on 4th, and the offense will stay on the field. Bigger personnel in there. Mitch Rossi, 34, checks in the game at fullback.
4th down and 2 at the Michigan 34 for Ohio State. Out of the eye. Williams the deep man. Play fake. Stroud looking. Stroud delivers. Incomplete on 4th down. Jalen Harrell in coverage. Cade Stover just couldn't haul it in. And the Wolverines will get it back. Cade Stover almost had it. Michigan football when we return.
I told you, I'm betting us. Have you seen that defense? All right, bye. Hey, I'm just trying to buy these.
I think you may need one of these, too.
Really? No, I'm just messing with you. That was good.
Eureka.
Enjoy the game.
Take me up into the stratosphere. Lift off tonight at 7, 6 o'clock. You see my rocket ship out up in the clouds when the spaceship lit ignite. Hit me from the ground, I'm about to lift.
Jake from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a bath bomb guy.
Dude, you do not need to get that personal. The State Farm Personal Price Plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
For real?
Who's ready for their jazz bath? No?
Who is that guy?
Jazz bath? Call or click to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Here comes the night. Here it comes. Here comes the night. Here comes the
When cold symptoms keep you up, try Vicks NyQuil Severe. Just one dose starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. For max strength nighttime relief, NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, sore throat, best sleep with a cold medicine.
The chef's chicken sandwiches at Panera, freshly prepared with clean ingredients, spark an explosion of the senses. So when you finally taste it, it just confirms this is fantastic. And only at Panera. $1 delivery fee on our app.
Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by Cerveza Dos Equis. Get a dose. Please drink responsibly. And by Cadillac. Be iconic. The last time Michigan beat Ohio State in back-to-back seasons came over 20 years ago in 1999 and 2000. Tom Brady and Drew Henson led the Wolverines. Michigan has beaten Ohio State just 3 times since. First down and 10 at the 34 for Michigan. And Edwards chopped down. Wow, nicely done. Tuimoloau. That's a loss of 1. JT Tuimoloau had the game of his life against Penn State.
Oh, did he ever? My goodness, he batted a ball down that led to an interception. He had 2 interceptions himself. One of them he took back to the house. What, do you have 3 sacks in that game? This guy was a one-man wrecking crew late in that game against the Nittany Lions, and that's one of the marquee wins that this Buckeye team has.
He was named the National Defensive Player of the Week after that performance. 2nd and 11 from the 33. McCarthy under pressure, and that ball deflected. Major pressure. Zach Harrison got a hand on it, knocked it down.
Well, here's Harrison. He's going to come on the inside move. And so as he works to the inside, McCarthy's trying to throw that ball to his left, and he just gets that big hand right up at the throw spot and is able to bat it away. Harrison has been playing the best football of his life here late in the season. The pressure has been increasing. He only has 3 sacks, but Gus, his quarterback pressures have gone up and up and up. 28 now on the season, and that one puts Michigan well behind the sticks on a 3rd and obvious passing situation.
Had a chance to spend some time with Zach at the Ohio State lunchroom yesterday. What an engaging young man. 3rd down and 11 at the 33. Here's McCarthy stepping up, delivers a deep ball, and it is incomplete. Colston Loveland, the target. And that will force the Wolverines to punt it away.
Just not the style of game that Michigan is comfortable playing or that J.J. McCarthy is comfortable playing. This is a team that has to rely on their ground game. Without Corum, they haven't had much of it. The offensive line has not been as dominant as what they were able to be a year ago. And because of that, this is becoming a J.J. McCarthy game. And we're seeing a young player struggle in the face of a very raucous crowd and an intense pass rush from the opponent.
Back-to-back 3-and-outs for Michigan. Brad Robbins, a weapon from the 19. Abuka comes up, and he has it at the 21-yard line. And that's where C.J. Stroud and the Ohio State offense will start, leading their rivals 10-3 here in the 2nd quarter.
Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work out. You came to outwork. Let's get it.
Yo. Boom. Come on, you got this.
Everyday man's on the
Hey,
block.
no challenge, no change.
The ting goes. Let's go.
Get up to $600 off Peloton packages. Terms apply.
There must be lights burning brighter somewhere. If I can dream of a better land where all my brothers walk hand in hand, tell me why, oh why can't my dream come true?
Hi.
Oh, why?
Medium latte, half calf, no foam. Thanks.
Quite the personalized order.
I know what I like.
I've been meaning to ask you, Carl, does your firm offer personalized index investing? So I can remove a stock that doesn't align with my goals?
I'm a broker, not a barista.
What about managing gains and losses to be more tax efficient?
Not a wizard either.
Looks like Schwab personalized indexing can.
Learn more about personalized indexing at Schwab today.
Holidays are here, Lou's fabric gear, overalls for shears, underwear for rear, socks that last years and years.
Who wouldn't want gifts from Duluth Trading?
To Yuletide great, make Kenya's spirits bright.
Only at Duluth Trading.
The Eat Fresh refresh just won't stop. Now Subway's refreshing their catering with easy order platters and lunch boxes perfect for any party. Pool parties, tailgates, holiday parties, even retirement parties.
Man, I love parties.
Subway keeps refreshing and refreshing.
Would someone please pass me the sweet potatoes?
Sorry, Grandma, we don't have sweet potatoes.
Oh, what do you mean we don't have sweet potatoes? I told you to get some.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
And you gave me a whole list of things, and I got them all. There's not a list. It doesn't have sweet potatoes on it. Should I look at the replay? Oh, please.
This What Really Happened replay is brought to you by Progressive. One thing no one would challenge, saving money when you bundle home and auto with Progressive.
I'm sorry, Mom. I forgot the sweet potatoes.
Big Noon Saturday is sponsored by Progressive. One thing no one would ever challenge, protecting your home and car with Progressive. In 2006, Ohio State and Michigan were both undefeated and ranked 1 and 2 in the nation. The teams traded blows all game. A late touchdown pass from Troy Smith to Brian Robisky finally provided the difference in a 42-39 Buckeyes win. Ohio State takes over 1st and 10 at the 22. Hayden in the backfield. The talented freshman from Memphis. Here's Stroud underneath. He has his man, and this is G. Scott Jr. with a 16-yard gain.
Well, Michigan's going to leave this area of the field wide open because they're going to just come back and blitz on that outside. Stroud again recognizes. Gus, this is what I'm talking about, intelligence. He knows where the defense is moving. When he has a beat on what you're doing, he knows where to go with the ball. That's an easy pitch and catch and an easy first down.
He's been going to his tight ends often in this first half. 1st and 10 at the 38. Play fake. Stroud steps up, moving around, and incomplete. Would have been a tough catch in traffic for Marvin Harrison Jr. DJ Turner right there.
Well, he had come into this game with 99 targets, 0 drops on the year. That's his first drop on the year. Over 100 targets now. Certainly one that he feels like he's going to want back. DJ Turner was kind of there, but certainly Harrison can catch that in any normal circumstances, and C.J. Stroud knows it.
Disappointment on the face of C.J. Stroud. 2nd and 10 at the 38. Hayden. And Hayden gets through the hole, but Jalen Harrell is there. Hayden picking up 5.
Harrell, after that 4th down stop in pass coverage on Cade Stover, with a nice tackle on the edge there on 2nd down, and here you go. Michigan's an opportunity to try to get off the field. Again, Stroud, when you blitz him, you leave areas open. They've tried to blitz a couple of times, and they've been hurt. Do they just play with coverage, and can they get any pressure with just a 4-man rush?
3rd and 5 at the 43. Empty backfield. C.J. Stroud backpedaling near side. Incomplete, and Michigan will get off the field again. Michigan bringing pressure. Xavier Johnson, the intended receiver.
Well, it was just a 4-man rush, and really it was about Mozzie Smith and his ability to get pressure. Watch as he's going to work outside, then come back to the inside. Good outside move and good strength from Mozzie Smith as he's able to get Stroud backpedaling in the pocket, and then the ball just outside of the reach of Xavier Johnson, and Ohio State will have to punt it.
Jesse Mirko from the 29. A.J. Henning standing inside his own 10. This one, line drive kick. Henning lets it bounce, continues to roll. Touched at the goal line. And it gets into the end zone for a touchback. And a flag all the way back at the 44.
Looked like there was a hold on Ohio State. They're asking Jim Harbaugh what he wants to do with this.
Holding. Kicking team number 30. That 10-yard penalty will be added to the touchback spot. First down on the 30-yard line. Timeout.
9 minutes to play, 2nd quarter, 10-3. Michigan ready to get the ball back once again. What does Jim Harbaugh have up his sleeve?
Welcome to Hampton, Mr. Johnson. Ready for the big game?
Huge.
Huge.
Big. Big game.
That is pretty big.
Big game.
Big game.
Best rest for the best dress.
Me. Watch out down the sideline. Waffles.
I love waffles.
Tea with honey, Mr. Johnson.
When you need to get ready for the big game, it matters where you stay. Hampton by Hilton. Hilton for the stay.
Let's go again. One more.
One more, man?
Oh, man. All right, little bro.
Want more?
Now this is an upgrade. And away we go. Hey, what's up? I can get used to this.
The best way to see the world is to experience it with travel upgrades and private events from Chase Sapphire Reserve. Chase, make more of what's yours.
More truck owners are switching to Ram, which means more people behind the grill are switching to Ram.
Gonna flip that?
And more people behind the grill. More first leg of the road trips. More second brats before 10 a.m. More third time's a charm. And more uncles who take Thanksgiving football games too seriously are switching to Ram.
Good game. That is definitely him.
Dude, that's Jessica taking a little break with a peppermint frosty.
I gotta ask him. Hello.
Hi.
Mind if I sit? Okay.
When it's Frosty time, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new Peppermint Frosty.
I want you to know that we will get your baby back.
We can't stop until we catch this guy.
Welcome back to the shoe where Ohio State leads Michigan 10-3. Arch rivals going at it once again. Coming up on the State Farm halftime report, we got Georgia trying to avoid a letdown, taking on Georgia Tech. South Carolina trying to play spoiler for a second straight week. They're taking on Clemson. And we will talk second half adjustments between Ohio State and Michigan. That's all at the half. Right now, back to you, Gus and Joel.
All right, Sergeant Mike. As you mentioned, 10-3, 9 minutes to play, second quarter, 1st and 10, Wolverines at their own 30-yard line. Back-to-back 3-and-outs for Michigan. J.J. McCarthy hands it off. Running room, Donovan Edwards, who's playing with that injured hand, will pick up 2 yards.
Yeah, you see that big cast that he's got on that right hand. It's troublesome for him because he's so good catching it out of the backfield. That's one of his biggest strengths and one of the things that Michigan really uses to attack the defense. Not really available to him today. And you can see the ball security that might be an issue when he's in the interior as a ball carrier.
2nd and 8. Edwards again, and Edwards grabbed in the backfield. He'll be tackled for a loss. Guess who? J.T. Tuimoloau. It's Molo, like Rolo, folks. That's how they tell us to pronounce it.
Well, he's been playing terrific so far, and this entire defense has thus far. Michigan completely unable to run the ball. They've run the ball now 8 times for 0 yards. This Ohio State defense took last year personally. 297 yards rushed against them. They came in here wanting to prove a point, and they have so far.
3rd down and 9. McCarthy under pressure, back shoulder throw, caught. Cornelius Johnson breaking it, still on his feet. Cornelius Johnson sprinting. Touchdown Michigan, 69 yards.
Ohio State brought the house, everybody on the blitz, and McCarthy just calmly stepped back through a little fadeaway, hits Cornelius Johnson, and then it's the missed tackle. When you send everybody, there is nobody to help. Cam Brown misses the tackle, and it's a touchdown from Michigan. My, how the tables turn on one snap. Ohio State had played brilliant defense so far today, and in one snap of the football, it all changes.
Extra point up and good. I had a chance to run into Cornelius Johnson's dad and his two brothers in the hotel this morning. They're so proud of their big brother. They thought that he'd have a chance to have a big game today, and what a big touchdown. CJ all the way. 10-10. Michigan, Ohio State.
Guys, there's something on the ship. There's something with us here.
What do we do?
Get to the escape pods. Go now!
Okay, I'm an alien, and I got these claws. I'm climbing the wall now.
If you're making a sci-fi movie, you need to finish the special effects.
Does that look good?
And if you want to save by bundling home and car insurance, you need Geico.
Guys? Uh-oh.
See how much you could save by bundling with Geico.
Is that going to be a problem?
After the food. Here you go, little guy. After the arguments.
How are you my dad? When two people love each other. Stop talking! Stop talking!
Take your family to the theaters.
Hold on!
Disney's Strange World, rated PG. Now playing only in theaters.
This isn't about chasing some silly dream. It's about facing your destiny head on. Are we about to turn back now? I say nay. We shall push forward to destiny.
Sure, Tim. Gently push in the clutch and put it in first.
A first for destiny. A first for destiny.
Take a picture. I'm stuck! Is that a new iPhone?
Yep, I just got the new iPhone 14 with its amazing camera at T-Mobile.
I don't know what to do!
Just switch to T-Mobile and you can get iPhone 14 with Apple TV Plus included. And so much more. I'm talking over $225 in benefits every month.
Wow!
At T-Mobile, get iPhone 14 on us with Apple TV Plus included. Part of over $225 in benefits every month on Max family plans.
Tuesday on Fox. It's all or nothing for the Stars and Stripes as Christian Pulisic leads Team USA into a must-win showdown against Iran.
Magnificent!
Coverage begins Tuesday at 1 Eastern live on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
15th passing touchdown of the season for J.J. McCarthy as you take a look at the scoring drive to level the game at 10 up.
Well, I mean, 2 straight 3-and-outs. McCarthy was 1 for his last 6. The field felt, Gus, tilted. You know, that defense playing so well. And then, boom, just a lightning strike from Cornelius Johnson. Gets down the sidelines, and it's a touchdown. And this game just feels like it has flipped, and all the air left out of this building.
Let's go downstairs and check in with Tom.
Couldn't agree more, Joel. Tale of two sidelines right now. This Michigan sideline just erupted and ignited. Needed that play like oxygen. You can see the passion. On the other side, talked to Ryan Day before the game as he arrived here, and he said this team needs to execute beyond the emotion because emotion can dictate how you play. Seeing some of that tension now creep into that sideline in terms of body language and the way players are communicating with each other. First moment, a real challenge here for the Buckeyes. They stress their toughness as a new form of their identity. We'll see how that manifests, guys. Being tested now.
Oh, certainly tested, Tom. And that's when teams have to rely on their leaders. And who's your leader? It's C.J. Stroud. This is the type of series he's got to come out, be sharp, be focused, and be accurate with the football.
He'll start from his own 30-yard line. Train him in the game at running back. Train him. Breaks it up. Train him with room. Train him finally goes down. After a gain of 24 yards, Rod Moore with the saving tackle.
Boy, when you pop a run like that, this is when Ryan Day loves to get in the quick tempo and start to take shots down the field as soon as he crosses the 50.
First down and 10 at the Michigan 46. Stroud. Sideline throw. Whoa, what a throw. He just dropped that into Marvin Harrison Jr. An 18-yard gain for number 18.
You can't cover this much better than Sainristil does, but that's just a perfect throw and a great catch from Marvin Harrison Jr. That's what makes them so dangerous as a quarterback wide receiver battery. Stroud's accuracy is off the charts, guys. I mean, this guy is hyper accurate and plays with great anticipation.
Harrison, second catch, train him. And Michael Barrett with the tackle after a 4-yard gain. We saw this during the Penn State game. Ohio State at Penn State. Second half, they came out, scored on one drive in 3 plays. It was just like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, this is a team that really excels in punches and bunches. To steal a boxing reference from you, it's an avalanche of points where they can get going and then 2, 3, 4, 5 series in a row potentially score a touchdown. It's a rhythm offense, and they certainly seem to have it now.
2nd and 6 at the 24. And a flag.
12 start. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
Well, you talk about that rhythm, and then immediately DeJuan Jones just flinches at right tackle, and that will take you right out of that rhythm. And again, Ryan Day loves to get the ball on the edge, use the quick tempo, try to get to the stretch zone running game, and then take shots down the field. But when you get backed up behind the chains, you can't do that.
2nd down and 11. Stroud guns it underneath and broken up. Incomplete. Intended for Ibuka, but Rod Moore got a hand in there, dislodging the football.
Good coverage from Moore. Physical at the point of attack. Good look from the ump cam right here as he looks back, and right when the ball arrives, Rod Moore arrives at Ibuka, and he causes the incompletion. And here we go again, right? They move the football down the field, Gus, and then yet Michigan has a chance to get off the field if they can get a stop here on a 3rd down.
3rd down and 11 at the 29.
Michigan's calling a timeout here.
With 5:46 to play, Michigan uses their 2nd timeout.
32nd timeout.
Ohio State with all 3 timeouts remaining. Tomorrow on Fox, we've got a huge doubleheader. First, Tom Brady and the Bucks take on the Browns. Then in America's Game of the Week, the Rams battle Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. It all kicks off at 1 Eastern. Check for the game in your area. We saw Patrick Mahomes type last week.
Yes, we did.
Gosh, Caleb Williams for USC.
He was special last week in that win over UCLA, and some guys that played at these 2 programs, Ohio State and Michigan, that have excelled in the National Football League, and then this game specifically last year, guys like Aiden Hutchinson. You know, it's these 2 programs just so rich in NFL talent.
Xavier Johnson checks in the backfield for Ohio State on 3rd down and 11. C.J. Stroud with time. Sideline throw incomplete. That one high. 3rd down and 11 for Emeka Ibuka. So on 3rd down and 11, Ohio State coming up empty. And they'll bring on Noah Ruggles to attempt a long field goal.
Well, they didn't get the pressure on him, but the coverage was excellent down the field. And again, that's Jalen Harrell. This is an edge defender. He's got coverage on the tight end on a 4th down, and then there on the outside against Ibuka, and he forces him into a field goal.
So Noah Ruggles into a tip run, one from 47 yards away. Got it up. And he nails it. Noah Ruggles. Big time kick of 47 yards. He's 2 for 2. Ohio State on top 13-10.
Tuesday,
Michigan
on Fox.
No further words needed.
It's winner go home for the Stars and
Wendy's
Stripes.
delivery to kickoff. Get a meal that always delivers. Get Wendy's $5 biggie bag. They are jam-packed here at the shoot. the 5th largest stadium in the world, getting ready to go as the Ohio State Buckeyes. They have waited for this moment for 364 days. They got revenge on their minds. Also a possible spot in the college football playoffs. They are ready. Ryan Day said they still have scars from last year's loss against the Michigan Wolverines. They've won 15 of their last 17 overall versus their rivals. Currently riding a 12-game winning streak overall, but once again, today is the game that matters. You see, C.J. Stroud trying to make a Heisman moment today. The fans ready to go. The cheerleaders are ready to go. We're ready to go on Fox. They are fired up. This Ohio State Buckeyes team has waited for this moment for 364 days, and here they come. And there they are, C.J. Stroud on the field, looking. He wants redemption from last season, of course. He played very well last year as well, but once again, got to get that big W. That's all that matters in this rivalry right here as we welcome you inside the shoe. Mike Hill, once again, my name is Ike Hill. No M's allowed at The Ohio State University for this week for Rivalry Week.
Hey, up north we use our M's, so I'm going to call you Mike.
I appreciate that. Brady Quinn getting ready for a big rivalry game of his own for Notre Dame. The USC guys, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, of course, Charles Woodson, 3-0 against The Ohio State University. And, of course, our coach, Urban Meyer, the Urgent Legend, 7-0 against Michigan. Blake Corum left last week's game against Illinois. He's expected to play in this game. We shall see how effective he will be in this game. Remember, last season, the Wolverines defeated Ohio State for Jim Harbaugh's win over the Buckeyes. Oh, he finally got that monkey off of his back. But then this year, Ohio State won its first 11 games by double digits. Michigan found a Heisman candidate in Blake Corum, a rushing touchdown in all 11 games, with Ohio State's Heisman candidate of his own, C.J. Stroud, led the Big Ten's top-scoring offense. Today, just the second regular season meeting, 11-0 teams. The other is the Buckeyes win over Michigan in 2006. They called that the game of the century. This one today could match. You guys know how intense it is. What's it like to be on this field right now today?
It's an out-of-body experience in the great state of Ohio, Brady. Football is king. Yep. This is not a game. This is not a week. This is a way of life. This is every day of the year. You have two great programs, two great coaches, two great players. This is college football at the highest level. I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to watch it.
Awesome. Coach, me and you both have been a part of this game. We've been sitting up on this desk for the last 3 hours talking about this game. At some point, we got to play the game, Coach, right? That's what it's all about, man. Stop talking, man. We done with that, man. I'm not going to tell you what this means anymore. We're about to find out.
In just a couple of minutes, we're finding out what's going to happen in this game. Key matchup, once again, for both teams. Give me a key matchup to watch.
Well, look, for Ohio State, it's can they stop the rushing attack for Michigan? Blake Corum 100% or not, it doesn't matter. Last year, they gave up 297 yards on the ground. They end up moving on from their defensive coordinator. They bring in Jim Knowles for this exact game. Their defense has been largely improved this year. This is the test, though. This is the game. This is the only one that matters. And then it's going to really be on Jim Knowles and that defense, I think, to set the tone against Michigan.
Slow down the run and put this game in the hands of J.J. McCarthy. We've said it all season long. It's finally here. I think he's going to have to throw the football to win the game today. He's also going to have to use his legs. 3 games this year, he's rushed for 50 or more yards. He is a great athlete. But his last 3 games, he's only completing about 50% of his throws. He's got to be better in this type of atmosphere. Protect the football. If they can't get that run game going, they got to throw it all over the yard.
And last week, Michigan versus Illinois only scored 1 touchdown, and that touchdown came in the first quarter. They kicked field goals for the rest of the game. You're not going to be able to kick field goals today to beat Ohio State. J.J. McCarthy is going to have to throw that football down the field accurately. We'll see if he can do it.
Well, I think for me, it's the Michigan defensive line. We didn't know what they were going to be after Hutchinson and Ajabo and those guys left last year. But this defensive line has stepped up. And Red, you say they got to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
For Michigan, Michigan has to keep them out of the end zone. You talked about the field goals they kicked last week. But Jake Moody, he may have to win the game for us today because we hold Ohio State to 20 points. That's what I would believe will happen. So the defense and keeping them out of the end zone is key for Michigan today.
Can the Wolverine receivers separate from man coverage? It's great. It's going to be man coverage all day. It'll be one high man and zero coverage. They will stop the run. It's J.J. McCarthy, and will the receivers get open against the Ohio State secondary? If not, this is a wrap. They got to get open.
Coach, Ohio State has to start fast today. They cannot get behind. They have to start fast and make this a track meet.
And they've had trouble doing that early in games this season. All right, it's time for some predictions. Brady, who you got in mind?
I got the Buckeyes, 42-28. I think this game has elements to become a bit of a track meet. Marvin Harrison, Coach, you've talked about him now for weeks. He's too good. As much as they'll try to shut him down, I think he's going to have a big game. C.J. Stroud is going to have himself a Heisman moment.
I got Ohio State 28-17. I think they have revenge on their hearts, revenge on their mind, and they have been thinking about this game ever since last year.
I got Ohio State 31-17, and the biggest difference and maybe the best hire all offseason was Jim Knowles fixing the defense to slow this team down today. I got the Bucks.
I think the weather today set up to be like absolutely perfect, right? So it's setting up to be a high-scoring game. But I think today the defenses are highlighted in this game. I think they keep this score relatively low. I like Michigan to pull the game out 23-20.
I got a street fight early. That's going to be emotions all over the place. Street fight early. Weather, separation by Marvin Harrison Jr., the receivers. I got Ohio State 32, Wolverines 24.
Ooh, it's going to be really good. Real quick, an X factor, tight end play, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it will be the tight ends. Kate Stover, I think, has been unsung here on this Ohio State offense. In the run game, too, look at him on the edge. He's helped paving the way for those guys. And Luke Schoonmaker's been banged up, missed the last 2 games. When he comes back, he's J.J. McCarthy's best friend in the passing game.
For me, it's Blake Corum. How healthy is he? We all seen that injury last week. When you take a helmet to the knee, that is one of the most painful things that you can ever go through. I experienced it when I played for the Detroit Lions, and I was on the shelf for about 2 or 3 weeks after. We'll see how healthy that leg is today for Blake Corum.
Okie, Mike Morris, I think, is going to give it a go today. He's battling some injuries. That Michigan D-line, can they pressure C.J. Stroud? When he's at his best, clean pocket. He struggles against pressure this year.
I think Saint was still in the interior of our defense. If we try to double Marvin Harrison and keep him from getting loose on the outside, we need to protect the middle of the field from the other receivers. So I think the interior of our defense, that second level, they have to play well today.
All right, it's almost time for the game, but before we get to the game, it's time to honor our country.
Stroud makes them pay. Watch as Michigan's going to try to blitz, but they do it from the safety position way deep. Gus, that's called from depth. You're never going to get all the way to the quarterback, and Stroud knows as soon as that safety blitzes, he's got one-on-one coverage on the outside and delivers an absolute dime to Marvin Harrison. Watch at the top of the route. A little nudge to create separation. There it was on Jamon Green, and he's able to create that separation, and then the beautiful throw from C.J. Stroud right in the perfect spot. And Harrison extends into the end zone.
Last 4 possessions for these 2 teams. Touchdown, field goal, touchdown, touchdown. 20-17. Ohio State has sent it away. 3:49 to go. A lot of time remaining in this first half. Roman Wilson ready to receive.
Well, this situation right here is exactly why Jim Harbaugh deferred after winning the coin toss. Late in the second quarter, now inside of 4 minutes. What Jim Harbaugh wants right here is some sort of lengthy drive. Even though we've got the fireworks going off with big touchdown plays, he wants a lengthy drive with some points and then getting the ball to come out of halftime. This is a situation that's played out perfectly for Harbaugh, as long as his offense can now execute here inside of 4 minutes.
Michigan with 1 timeout remaining. Crowd back in the game now for Ohio State as Donovan Edwards picks his way forward and picks up 4 yards. Steel Chambers with the stick.
Boy, this Ohio State defense, I got to tell you, you can just tell the energy and the focus in that defensive front seven. They are dead set on not allowing Michigan to run the ball, in particular with how that game played out a year ago. They have been flying up to the line of scrimmage.
Cornelius Johnson with 156 of Michigan's 193 yards. And the run. Edwards trying to get outside, and he'll get close to the first down. Zach Harrison hauls him down. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Well, now we're going to see that linebacker. Gus, I told you a linebacker was warming up with their running backs before the game. Number 20, Kalel Mullings, checks into the game. He's 6'2", 230 pounds. Last time he played running back was in high school. Practiced some this week. They think he's a very smart player, can understand the system even on 1 week of practice. And here in short yardage, here he is.
Mullings comes into the game now at running back. Kalel Mullings. 3rd down and 1 at the 34. They give it to him straight ahead. I don't think he'll get it. That Ohio State defense tightening up. Tommy Eichenberg playing with 2 broken thumbs. The leading tackler for the Buckeyes plugs up that hole.
These linebackers flying in. Watch Steele Chambers and Eichenberg coming from that second level, and they're unblocked. They're able to scrape in there, and they're the ones that contact and tackle Mullings, who could not get his momentum going. That is a huge stop for the Buckeye defense.
And Ohio State uses their first timeout here in the first half. Steele Chambers in on the play as well. And there's no player tougher on this Ohio State team than Tommy Eichenberg. Here's a man playing with all kinds of pain and injuries.
2 thumbs that are basically broken. Tommy 2 thumbs out there.
I like that. Tommy 2 thumbs.
You can see they're all wrapped up. But man, this dude, I'm telling you what, I thought he was absolutely snubbed by the Butkus Award. He has over 100 tackles, has been one of the best linebackers for Ohio State, which had a great turnaround, obviously, defensively under Jim Knowles this year. And you can see why he's so important on that last short yardage play.
So Michigan will not go for it on 4th down. Emeka Ibuka back at his own 20. Brad Robbins punting from the 20. And here's Ibuka with the fair catch. And he has it. 46-yard punt. Don't forget, coming up at the half, Mike Hill, Brady Quinn, Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, and Coach Urban Meyer standing by with the State Farm halftime show right here from Ohio Stadium.
Man, I can't wait to see the adjustments, because...
And both these coaches, Ryan Day and Jim Harbaugh, 2 of the best coaches at making halftime adjustments.
Well, and you can see that in the way that their games this year have played out. Both of these teams have played some close games up to halftime, but then they end up blowing people out. In fact, they're the only 2 teams in the country that have won every single game by, a wide margin of victory. Ohio State by double digits. Michigan second in the country in point differential.
See if Ohio State can come up with points at the end of this first half. Stroud out wide again, and Ibuka takes his eyes off the football and drops it. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10.
Boy, it was just kind of a slow game for a while right before those touchdown plays that we saw. And here, Ibuka, this is a huge part of their game plan today. Get on the perimeter with their athletes. Make it a track meet. And there, Ibuka just takes his eyes off the ball.
Ohio State with incredible speed on their offense. 2nd and 10 at the 20. Trainum looking, and he'll get through the hole. Chip Trainum tackled by Junior Colson after a 6-yard gain.
Well, this is the point in time where Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator, has to make a decision, right? I mean, Marvin Harrison just proved that he can beat you in a hurry if you take away one of those safeties. Mike Morris not on the field right now. Remember, he was banged up, didn't play last week against Illinois, and now Minter. What I see right now is that there is a safety over top of Marvin Harrison almost every single snap. But here, they'll play single safety, Gus. He's got one-on-one on the outside against true freshman Will
Third down and 4 at the 26. And this one deflected, incomplete. So Ohio State will have to punt. McGregor with the deflection. Braden McGregor, Jr. from Port Huron, Michigan.
Lined up as a defensive end and then drops right under that route. And it was basically triple covered with the safety over the top. Nice job by Jesse Minter. And that ball had to be high or else McGregor is going to pick it off, and clearly too high for the completion.
First 3 and out for the Ohio State offense in this game. Mirko. Henning waiting. He'll have it. Henning straight ahead and finally brought down as he crosses the 30-yard line. A 46-yard punt and a 5-yard return. Xavier Johnson with the tackle on special team.
Isn't it so clear to you that this game is going to come down to J.J. McCarthy's ability to throw the ball? This run game is just doesn't have the traction that they've normally had. And so now the youngster, the 5-star recruit, played a lot of football last year. Spot duty with Cade McNamara as they were on their way to a Big Ten championship and a playoff berth. But now it's on him, and he's going to have to play fantastic from here on out.
First down and 10 at the 33. Minute 14 remaining. McCarthy. Near side. Caught but tackled immediately. Roman Wilson with the tackle. Denzel Burke defensively for Ohio State.
Now they got to get moving a little quicker here as we hit a minute and counting. Michigan has 1 timeout left.
Second and 10. McCarthy. Far side. This time Ronnie Bell gets out of bounds. He'll gain about 7.
And they said his progress stopped and was moving backwards as he goes out of bounds. So they wind the clock. It does not stop. That's why it's winding right now on a 3rd down.
3rd down and 2.
Oh, and now huddling, wasting all sorts of time. If they wanted to huddle, they need to call their timeout. Wasting a massive amount of time here on offense.
3rd and 2. 4 receivers at the bottom of your screen. McCarthy steps up in the pocket, decides to run it. McCarthy still on the move, and finally he'll go down close to the 40, a 19-yard gain. Cameron Brown with the tackle.
I think they need to call a timeout here again because this clock will start on the ready for play, and Michigan's already, and Jim is going to call a timeout. He's very upset at that tackle at the end. He felt like McCarthy was thrown down, but McCarthy actually kind of jumped.
Remember, you got a red-hot kicker in Jake Moody, Groza Award winner.
Here, watch the end of this run, Gus. So watch, he kind of jumps, and then Harbaugh wants this to be a penalty as if he was thrown down. I do not see that. More so, I want to talk about the clock mismanagement there from Michigan. They wasted a good portion of 40 seconds there after Ronnie Bell was not ruled to be out of bounds. Prior to the snap, Ohio State actually took that timeout. We'll have to make sure to check that because I saw Jim also calling it. It's just a matter of who they awarded it to, and we'll make sure because that'll make a huge difference here with 17 seconds and whether Michigan has that 1 remaining timeout. Oh, before the play, Ohio State called a timeout. So now we're back all the way back here, 3rd and 2.
So 3rd down and 2 at the 41.
If they try this formation again, that's what they just ran that quarterback draw out of, but now there's a safety over that position.
Here's McCarthy. Another flag.
Before the ball was snapped, false start, offense through the 6, 5-yard penalty.
That's Cornelius Johnson.
Boy, just a error-filled few snaps here for Michigan offensively. Not managing the clock and now not executing here with a false start. Brings up a long 3rd down situation, 3rd and 7.
17 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's McCarthy. And another flag.
Offense number 52, 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Carson Barnhart, 52.
Just before the snap. And at this point, I think they might just take a knee. Remember, they're getting the ball to come out. Maybe they're just going to hand it off here, but there's no reason to do anything silly because clearly Michigan not executing on this series.
Both teams with a timeout remaining. Third down and 12. J.J. McCarthy to the sideline. And bobbled and caught out of bounds goes Cornelius Johnson as he gains 4 with 12 seconds left. Fourth down.
Gus, watch out for Lathan Ransom here. Ransom blocked a punt last week. If I'm Ohio State in this situation, I'm going to try to come after this punt as the punt return team is going to come on the field. Ransom hurt his thumb in the first snap of the game against Maryland. Ended up blocking a punt anyways. Watch out where he's at, where he's lined up, and how they're trying to attack with him.
This one sent away. Ibuka comes up to field it and has it at the 25. 37-yard punt. 4 seconds left here in the first half.
Boy, it's lived up to it, hasn't it?
Oh, my goodness. Whew. Explosive first half. Some terrific ebbs and flows. J.J. McCarthy. 204 yards passing in the first half and 2 touchdowns on 8 of 14. C.J. Stroud, 17 of 26, 191, 2 touchdowns. And that's the end of the first half. 20-17, Ohio State heads into the locker room with the lead. Don't forget, after the break, join Mike Hill and the guys with the State Farm halftime show right here from Ohio Stadium.
At Ohio State, we're creating what others only dream of. Our innovators are creating the new field of imageomics to track biodiversity, space farming to feed the world. We're developing cardio-oncology therapies to reduce heart damage, AI-controlled trust verification to protect technologies from hackers, and engineering more fuel-efficient cars. We're finding solutions the world needs now.
We were driving on a 2-lane road in Williams County when an oncoming car across the center line and smashed into us.
We were both seriously injured. The insurance company wouldn't be fair with us, but luckily we hired Charlie Contrada.
I don't know what we'd done without Charlie. He was terrific. Charlie made all the difference in getting us justice with the insurance company. If you're seriously injured in a car accident, the only person to call is Charlie Contrada.
If you're injured in a car accident, don't say or sign anything.
Call me Charlie Contrada, the car accident lawyer.
Achieve your bachelor's degree in nursing at Lourdes University. We offer personalized clinical experiences and an evening and weekend program. Take advantage of generous scholarships. Be a part of a vibrant student life experience and feel at home in your roomy and comfortable on-campus apartment. Lourdes nursing graduates have a 100% placement rate. Achieve your nursing degree at an affordable private university. Enroll now at Lourdes University.
Make your life better with Champion Credit Union. Whether it's a loan for a new vehicle, a mortgage loan for a new home, or an equity loan to improve the one you have, or you're looking for a new boat or RV, Champion is your first step to that better life. Call us or visit us at any of our 4 locations and see what we can do for you. Champion Credit Union is open to those who live, work, worship, or attend school in Lucas County. Become a member of Champion Credit Union. It's where you belong.
I was in a serious car accident. Luckily, I called Charlie Contrada. He got the at-fault driver to pay the policy limits immediately. But my insurance company fought me like crazy, even though I paid premiums for years. Thanks to Charlie and his wonderful staff, I got justice. If you're seriously injured, the only person to call is Charlie Contrada.
If you're in an accident, don't say or sign anything. Call me, Charlie Contrada, your local car accident lawyer.
Fourth-ranked TCU looks to keep their college football playoff hopes alive as they take on Iowa State. Next on Fox.
Welcome to the State Farm Fox College Football Halftime Show. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We got a tight one at the shoe. Cornelius Johnson having a huge half for the Wolverines. J.J. McCarthy hooking up here for his second touchdown of the day. 4 catches, 160 yards. Those 2 touchdowns. His team down by 3 at the break. Our Fox triple header continues at 4 Eastern with undefeated TCU taking on Iowa State. Then at 8 p.m., Kansas State can clinch a spot in the Big 12 championship game if they can knock off Kansas. And we got 2 other playoff hopefuls that can't afford the trip up today. They're in action right now. Highlights from Georgia and Clemson coming up next.
Jake from State Farm, I really want that personal price plan. So here's the deal. Our crew strategically stashes snacks on game day.
Jenny, you don't need to get that personal. The State Farm personal price plan simply helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Really?
Hey, Jenny, you got any peanuts in there? Bam, nice pass.
Nacho?
Call or click to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That is definitely him.
Dude, that's just